Welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Here's your host, Morgan Colby and Rick Lemon.
Welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Dropping my pen over here. Today, we got a mock draft.
We do.
We got some. I just X'd out of my mock draft over here on Sleeper. Just what an idiot.
Good job.
So today we got a mock draft. Yesterday we talked about late mid-round targets, so maybe we put some of these mid-round targets into action. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it should be interesting. My name is Morgan Colby. I got Rick Lemon with me as always. Don't know if I said that already. I always forget. Pretty much.
No, I don't think you did, so thank you for
I just jumped right in and told you what we were going to do. I didn't talk about who we were.
It's okay.
So anyway, before we jump into our mock draft really fast, because we're going to try and make this concise today, help you out, and help you win your leagues, I guess. So anyway, follow us on actually check out our website, fantasychampions.com. Follow us on any social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can just type in the Fantasy Champions, the FF Champs. You'll find us eventually. If you're watching on YouTube, click the bell for notifications, subscribe, and like, and then comment down below who you think won the mock. And then if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any other podcasting platforms, leave a review, share this podcast with your friends. We'll shake it up a little bit and switch those around.
Yeah.
I read them out of order. Anyway, so let's do the mock draft. What do you say, Rick?
Yeah, let's do it.
So basically, today, another 12 team. I was thinking about doing a 14 team draft.
Be tough.
And I decided against it. Maybe we'll do one. But how many people? Let us know in the comments how many people actually do 14 team leagues.
Yeah, I feel like 12 is pretty much the most popular. 10 and 12.
So we go 12. Sometimes we do a 10 team. Thought about doing that, and then standard was another. But I just feel like no one does standard anymore.
I was going to say, does anyone play standard anymore?
I mean, I was a standard fiend.
You used to be.
To be a standard fiend. And now I'm like all on board with PPR.
Yeah.
What happened to me?
It's kind of sad.
To be honest with you, yeah, it's kind of sad. So today we're going to do a PPR 12-team league mock draft to give you a little bit of practice. I'm picking from the 8 spot. Rick is picking from the 4 spot. So it should be interesting. I don't believe we take each other's picks at the turn. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Yeah, you are correct.
So it should be interesting. You ready to get this popping, Rick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so hopefully nothing bad happens here, like Derrick Henry 101. Oh my God.
Like Dalvin Cook 101?
And Christian McCaffrey go. Literally, you almost got Christian McCaffrey at 1-4. If you had done that, I would have probably been traded. I probably would have been like, what the frick? Are we going to actually do this right now, Sleeper? Sleeper does this every single time. It drives me bonkers.
Is this half PPR? Just asking. Or is it whatever we want?
No, it's PPR. I literally just explained that.
Oh, you did? I blanked out. I
literally was not paying attention to anything you were saying. So,
I really don't love Derrick Henry. I think he's the most...
you're not going to take him.
I think he's the safest.
You're talking yourself out of it.
To be completely honest, I'm going to probably still take him, but
bro,
I would heavily consider Saquon. You freaked out saying yes, but this is the guy projected to go to your pick.
Stop. Listen. If I was at 1-4, I would have taken Zeke. So there's that.
Really?
I've been watching Hard Knocks, and there's just way too much Ezekiel Elliott on there for me to handle myself.
Yeah, I love how we got our NFC East running backs. You're the Zeke guy, I'm the Barkley guy.
My NFC East running back is better than yours.
Okay, sure. Keep telling yourself.
So Zeke fell to me, considering that Christian McCaffrey went 103. I guess that was bound to happen. I don't even know. It's not even, like you said, it's ADP 8-2, so it's not even like he fell to me. Should I be as celebratory as I was?
Yes, because he's your guy. But you shouldn't waste the whole minute not picking him.
Okay, didn't do it. I took my time. So if you're listening on the podcast, Dalvin Cook, Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry all went off in the first 4 picks. Rick took Derrick Henry, and then Barkley, Taylor, Nick Chubb went 105, 106, 107. I took Ezekiel Elliott because he's legit, and then Aaron Jones 1-9. What do you think of the first? What is this? 8 running backs, 9 running backs off the board? What do you think of that?
Actually, I like the order that it went in.
Okay.
So, why do you not?
No.
You think someone went too high?
Zeke needs to go 1-4.
Okay. I would take Barkley.
Jonathan Taylor is going too high. Would be the only one I would probably swap out. Maybe Aaron Jones moves up 1, slide everyone down. But anyway, and we're getting like 10 running backs on it. It was not too different than any other year, right?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much.
This is like really
usually 2 receivers every year going the first round.
This is like real ADP. So, yeah. Anyway, after my pick, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Austin Eckler, turn 2nd round. Patrick Mahomes at what the frick 2-1.
Kelsey at 2-3.
If you were to ask me before a mock draft, who most likely would get taken first, Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes, I would probably say Travis Kelce, but I guess
I would say Kelce.
Team 12 wanted to go Patrick Mahomes.
Needed his guy.
Metcalf, Kelce 2-3, and then Diggs 2-4. I feel like at this pick there is a specific strategy that I'm going to take. I don't think you're going to snipe me, so I'm just going to say it. Early in the draft, it's hard to take 2 or 3 running backs early because of the receiving core that you'll end up with later in the draft. It's all going to be like low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2s in the middle rounds. So it's like kind of a little bit more difficult to get a stud wide receiver, which is why normally I would take one in the 2nd or 3rd round. Here, there's just too much goodness at the running back position not to. So this is a debate between my 2 favorite running backs in the NFL currently, besides Zeke. And that would be Najee Harris and Antonio Gibson.
Yep. Who do you take?
I don't know, because I ranked Gibson really high on our top 10.
Yeah. But you also had Najee pretty high too. It wasn't like you didn't have Najee.
Projected at the exact same amount of fantasy points on Fantasy Pros. And Najee's looking freaking sexy. I'm going to go with the guaranteed workload.
Okay.
Najee Harris. The only reason why I say guaranteed is because there is a group of fantasy people who would suggest that Antonio Gibson is not going to get the workload that people expect, and they're talking about J.D. McKissick and other situations, and they think that Antonio Gibson is just not going to get that. He's going to be on 1st, 2nd downs, passing downs most likely, and then he would come off the field for McKissick on 3rd downs and some passing situations. So I don't know what that's going to end up leading towards for Antonio Gibson, and he's also, there was a rumored injury, so it could go either way with him. I'm excited about him, and I would take either guy. I'd be happy with either guy, but Najee's going to be a guaranteed 400 carries, so
right.
I'll take the 400 carries or the 400.
After
touchdowns.
Najee, we had Hopkins, Gibson, and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, dude.
I have a question. What do you think of Joe Mixon at 2-9? Because he's dropped a little bit.
I mean, I guess. I'd pull the trigger, but it's not exciting.
Well, no, you would take AJ Brown. Let's be honest.
Don't tempt me. He's there. I'm surprised Justin Jefferson went 2-8, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no reason to dislike Joe Mixon. But I'm just so done with the Joe Mixon
I know
breakout train. It's just kind of like, oh, it's Joe Mixon again.
Yeah, it's kind of
10,
gross.
What, running back 13? Yeah, I'd do that. It's easy. Should be an easy draft.
That's the only reason I take him. The only reason
running
I take
back
him.
13 off the board.
Keenan Allen at 210. Okay, Josh Allen. Okay, this is
Calvin Ridley. If he falls to me at 211 in our home league, I'll rip my pants off and run around my house naked.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen. but if it does, holy cow. So after Mixon, Keenan Allen went 210. It was a little high. Calvin Ridley 211. DeAndre Swift 212. Josh Allen 3-1. J.K. Dobbins 3-2.
Did I accidentally make this super flex?
Josh Jacobs 3-3.
If that happened, there would have been 14 running backs.
This is just the way it's going. To me, this is a pretty easy pick. Although I do really like Clyde, I'll take A.J. Brown.
Please follow me. Okay, here we go. This is disrespectful.
Okay.
Disrespectful that David Montgomery is still on the board.
Can I just say George Kittle is still on the board too?
Wow.
Well, I mean, not saying you're going to take him because I know you won't, but he usually doesn't fall as far.
Now, there is, so for me, here we go again with me sighing heavily. Like I said earlier, if I'm picking 1, 2, 3, 4, Rick took A.J. Brown 3, 4, and that is a smart move. Like, I'm probably in a majority of my leagues going to take a if I'm drafting in the top 4 or 5, I'm probably going to take a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds. That would be, I'm going back and forth on it in my head every single day, but that's probably the strategy that I would take, depending on where things go. So, like, if I'm at 210, for example, and a guy like Gibson, Najee, or Joe Mixon falls to me, then I'll take the running back. But that's most likely not going to happen in your league. So the question is, are guys like Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, are they somebody that you want to draft over Swift, Clyde, J.K. Dobbins, David Montgomery, those guys?
Mm-hmm.
But at this area, I could reasonably get one of my breakout wide receivers. I'm going to take the risk and do it. I could get one of my breakout wide receivers at 4 or 5, and then at the turn get another secondary wide receiver that could be very valuable at 5'8". So yeah, I'm gonna go with David Montgomery. I'm gonna take the risk on the 3 running back strat.
I don't think it's a bad strategy, especially with the depth at wide receiver. But it really depends, I think, on how the draft ends up going.
Oh, thank God, CD fell to me. Yeah, I'm gonna take CD Lamb because that was my strat. Allen Robinson, Terry McLaurin, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, 312. Rick, Mike Evans, Kyler Murray, Chris Carson, Julio Jones, and then I took CD, and then Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, and Lamar Jackson fell all the way down to 4-8. Kyle Pitts 312. What is this?
Imagine Kyle Pitts goes ahead of George Kittle.
I don't want to imagine that.
That would be crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It almost happened.
I like the options here. I think Darrell Henderson, I like him a lot more at this spot. I'm not going to take Darrell Henderson, but I do like him a lot more at this spot than I did when he was in like the 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 range.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's dropped like pretty much a full round. So I like Henderson more here. Not going to take him though. I'm tempted to take one of the Rams receivers here. I
have
like
a question
both guys.
If you were at like 411, 412, would you consider it? Darrell Henderson.
Consider who?
Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take him.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah. I would definitely consider it though. He would be in the conversation. I don't know if I would end up taking him, but
okay, sounds good.
I wouldn't dismiss him.
That's all the information I need about your draft. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go with
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is another interesting one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go DJ Moore, but
okay.
And hope one of those Rams.
Who are you debating over?
Robert Woods, but he just went. So this is kind of gross.
Dude,
after
ETN's
DJ Moore, it was
falling
Darrell
a little
Henderson,
bit,
Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Mark Andrews, Robert Woods, and Travis Etienne. Who did you say was falling?
Travis Etienne? Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Miles
Gaskin
Gaskin is also falling a little bit. He usually goes 4th round. He's here in the 5th.
Reasonable.
I kind of don't hate him in the 5th round.
Who, Miles Gaskin?
Yeah.
Miles Gaskin.
Considering the running backs behind him.
Okay.
Right? I don't think it's too bad.
Leave him on the board.
This is PPR. It would be for me. It comes down to Deontay Johnson or Myles Gaskin at this point.
You sick.
You'll have Ayuk there. Don't worry about it.
That's fair.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I think I'm gonna go with Deontay though.
Okay. In a PPR league, yeah, that's probably a smart move. Kareem Hunt, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott came off the board. For me, I'm going to take Tyler Lockett.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Ahead of Ayuk.
If you go purchase the reception perception and see Tyler Lockett's reception perception, I mean, I'll probably get Ayuk here. If you go off the board, freaking Ayuk. Get out of here with this. Oh, man.
You can go with the Hawk, bro. 6th round with the Hawk.
The way you said Hawk just kills me. The Hawk, bro. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, for me, Lockett, like I said, if you go to the reception perception, you purchase that sucker for $30, or the 99 if you really want to do that.
You got the money, man.
Yeah, I didn't buy the 99. I'm broke. But anyway. Yeah, so if you go on the reception perception, it gives you a little breakdown of Tyler Lockett's success rate against certain route trees, or doing certain route trees, I should say, and he is absolutely absurd. So, Metcalf's really good, and they don't pass a lot, so there is concern for me there. But Lockett and Metcalf have been, or at least last year, able to be top 12 wide receivers in the same year. And so I think Lockett has a really good shot of doing that. He's highly efficient, and the target share is not necessarily there. So in a PPR league, it's a little scarier, but I'll definitely take him. I think I'm going to take T. Higgins here.
That's a good pick.
I'll leave Javonte for you.
Is he there? Oh.
Yeah, I left him there for you. I was a nice guy.
Okay. Yeah, Devontae Smith, Kenny Galladay, Chase Claypool. We were just talking. I was just telling you that. I'm like, okay, Devontae Smith, 8th round, not bad. Okay, I'll definitely consider that.
6'6" now.
6'6"? No,
don't do that.
Yeah, I'll go Javonte here.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about Javonte at 6'5", but I figured I have 3 running backs already. I need to start stacking those wide receivers.
Yeah, so. And you know what? Chase Edmonds, I think, is not a bad pick in the 7th round.
Piece of crap. After Rick's pick, Noah Fant, Ronald Jones, and Cortland Sutton come off the board, he took Chase Edmonds. I wasn't thinking about it, but I was thinking about it.
Right.
There's really no one here. It's like an empty abyss.
Yeah, it's
what round are we in? 7?
This is 7.
Gross. Wow.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I'm gonna take Trey Sermon. That's way high, but
okay.
Yikes, bro. No one's available. Freaking kill me. Oh, what am I doing? Can I take that back for Damian Harris?
Nope.
All right. Well, he's still on the board. I just didn't want to go 2 running backs in a row.
You can take Damian Harris.
You're
gonna go receiver anyway at the end.
Take Lavisco.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And Damian Harris, of course.
I can't believe I took Sermon. I would have taken Damian Harris there. I didn't even see him. What a clown I
am. Yeah, so after Damian Harris, Dallas go to Robbie Anderson. I wanted Robbie Anderson. I will take Tannehill, though. Give me that. Dude, I have the Titans stack. I have Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and A.J. Brown. I'm kind of lit about it.
You sniped me.
9th round. Why is Trevor Lawrence the top quarterback?
Say it again?
Trevor Lawrence is his ADP is higher than Tannehill and higher than Stafford and Joe Burrow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Clearly, this group of AIs are drafting pretty hardcore.
Yeah. I think Will Fuller, we talked about it in our mid-round target show. I think he's a decent pick here. AB went off the board. I think also Jalen Hurts in the 9th isn't bad. And I actually am going to do that because I have Tannehill. So I'm not drafting Jalen Hurts to be my starting quarterback. I'm drafting him for the upside that he potentially has. And if he sucks,
2 quarterbacks in a row. Is that because you didn't have anyone else to take, or?
Well, I considered Will Fuller, but I left him for you. You're welcome.
I'll take Will Fuller.
Yeah,
not excited about it, but I'll take him. And then at the turn, okay, all right. I didn't get to snipe you.
Dang. Yeah, I know he wouldn't
snipe you.
All
right,
yes.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, this is interesting because the PPR ADP on Sleeper is very different from the half PPR that I've been practicing on. Some guys are going much higher than anticipated. I wouldn't mind Michael Pittman here. So for wide receivers, we got Pittman, Mike Williams, Michael Gallup, Curtis Samuel, Darnell Mooney. I said Darnell Mooney, just like you did. You just literally convinced my mind to Darnell Mooney. And then you have Devin Singletary, Naheem Hines, and then Gus Edwards.
We feeling good about Naheem Hines?
No, not in the slightest. Never have, never will. I'll take Michael Pittman. I'm going to throw a shot. Carson Wentz he's back at practice, and the rumors are that he's going to play week 1, which is good news for a guy like Michael Pittman. So I'm back on the Pittman train, boys. There's
about 100 defenses projected to go my spots. We had Curtis Samuel, but I think this is a decent pick.
I keep forgetting to take the frickin' defenses out.
Mike Williams, Irv Smith Jr. I'm going to go Darnell Mooney here at the end of the 10th and not mess up his name. So after that, we had Devin Singletary, and we got defenses flying off boards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baltimore Ravens, Hunter Henry, 11-1, Michael Gallup.
Try to make this as realistic as humanly possible.
Washington football team, 11-3. If it was really realistic, though, would we even have defenses going this high? Maybe. I guess it depends who you play with.
It could be.
And then I'll keep going with my late round flyer receivers to go Henry Ruggs. I'm not as hype as I was beforehand, but I think he still has some upside. In the 11th round, I'm willing to take that.
I'm going to take Jonnu.
Okay, there it is.
Jonnu in the 11th.
Your guy. That's fair.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even know about breakout tight ends. I've decided this year there isn't one.
Dude, it's Tyler Higbee. Get on the train.
That could be a fool's errand, but oh, you know what? I got to get the handcuff for Zeke Epotamus. I'm going to get Tony Pollard.
Fair.
Yeah, there's 3 handcuffs that I would draft right now. And that's Gus, Pollard, and Madison. And Kareem Hunt's going way too high to even consider him a option at the handcuff slot. So I'll take Tony Pollard. I will say this: don't take other people's handcuffs. It literally is the most worthless thing that you can do in fantasy football. Not just because you're stealing a handcuff from somebody else, but also that it's a completely worthless strategy. It makes no sense.
A little bit. All right, so after did you announce your picks after college?
Sorry.
So we had Elijah Moore, Deshaun Watson, T.Y. Hilton. I took Russell Gage. Then we had Matt Ryan. Bro, why? What you mean? I've been taking Russell Gage in the 12th, 13th round in like every draft, every single mock draft.
Good luck.
Matt Ryan, 12-10. Philip Lindsay, 12-11. Devontae Parker, 12-12. I want to say Devontae, Jamal Williams, Trey Lance, and then Austin Hooper. I'm going to take my tight end because I don't have a tight end on the roster, and it's a very gross pick, but I'm Trotman. He got upside.
Slight upside,
yeah. Hey, if Winston's there and slinging it, someone's got to catch it eventually.
I'm going to do something that I never do.
Uh-oh. Rondell Moore.
I've been taking Rondell in a lot of mocks lately in the late rounds. I've been hearing some good. They basically have been playing him in the slot role that Christian Kirk used to have, and now Christian Kirk's dead. So,
I kind of dig it. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to find those wide receivers that might, like Amon-Ra. I would never imagine a 4th round wide receiver in fantasy football going, but that has been happening lately. He just went 14-3. But yeah, I really like what I've been seeing from Rondale in the preseason and the packages that they're putting him in. They run a lot of 4 wide receiver sets, 3 wide receiver sets, and if Rondale's on the field, I think he's got enough potential and upside to be able to take some target share there. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it.
After my pick, Latavius Murray, Colts D, Bills D, Nelson Aguilar, Patriots D, Alexander Madison, Amon Ra, and then Kirk freaking Cousins, and I'm going to take Tua. So Tua at the turn. I still haven't taken a freaking quarterback. So you sniped me. You sniped me on Tannehill.
You just didn't know what to do.
And I didn't know what to do, so I just kept on taking.
You could take Zach Wilson.
No, thanks.
I mean, at this point in the
hard
what
pass.
who do you want to take? Jameis Winston?
That's fair.
Who probably might not even start. So I'm going to take Cole Kmet here. So I have Troutman and Kmet, and I'm hoping
you're doing what I did last year.
That one of them works out. Yeah. After that, we had Tre'Quan Smith, Jared Cook, Jalen Reagor, Terrence Marshall, Devontae Booker, AJ Green. Tim Tebow is still getting drafted this high. I'm going to do my guy is solid because I think he should be getting drafted, and that's Bryan Edwards. Well, I didn't even click on his name. I think Bryan Edwards has impressed a lot in camp.
Can I just
Jacoby
say something?
Myers, well, yeah.
Jacoby Myers and Gabe Davis, both the guys on my list, both got drafted.
Man, that stinks.
But that's a good pick. That's actually interesting.
I think I actually probably would have, if I didn't even see Myers, I would have taken Myers ahead of Edwards. But I think Edwards, he's been dominating through camp. The wide receiver 1 spot is open. It's probably going to be between like Hunter Renfrow, Henry Ruggs, and Edwards. And I have 2 of them, so hopefully one of them ends up having a good season.
After your pick, Jacoby Myers, Gabe Davis sniped my brains out. And then Giovanni Bernard went off the board. And then I took Campbell. I took Paris Campbell. Another 15th round Paris Campbell selection. This is a hobby that I've taken up the last couple years. So Paris Campbell is my selection here. And then Sammy Watkins, Christian Kirk, Tevin Coleman, and Ryan Fitzmagic. He's still getting drafted at 15-12. So there you have it. There's a mock draft. There's some interesting stuff. Like I said, if I'm early in the draft, I'm probably, because of the lack of running back options in the back end of the first round, there's a good shot that I would go what Rick essentially did, which is 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver early. If I'm later in the first round, then there's a good shot that I will take the strat of 3 running backs. Because like you saw CeeDee Lamb, and there's a shot that he even might have fallen to like 4-7 where Cooper was if I did not take him. As Chris Godwin, I believe, had a higher ADP. So, for like guys like CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper to be available early in the 4th round, it's actually not a bad strategy to go 3 running backs late in the first, because then you have all this extra value that not a lot of people have. And if you end up with CeeDee Lamb, you get a breakout wide receiver, and you still have some good options at wide receiver 2 later in the draft. But I just don't see the upside of taking 3 running backs when you're number 1 wide receiver. For me, if I'm drafting at like Rick's spot, I take 3 running backs. My wide receiver 1 probably would have ended up being Tyler Lockett or DJ Moore, which I'm not excited about.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but I mean, it is, but it isn't. I think those guys could be decent. It's kind of just all depends on how the draft plays out, I guess. But you're kind of taking a risk with the 3 running backs, but it could pay off because of the depth at wide receiver. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm surprised you didn't take Zach Wilson, bro.
No,
come on.
No, I didn't take Zach.
You have 1 quarterback and it's Tua. You okay with that?
Yeah, dude. Totally fine. Totally forgot to draft the quarterback.
Have fun with who, I don't even know who's available at this point, but have fun with like Carson Wentz and Sam Darnold.
That's kind of gross, bro. I'm okay with Carson Wentz if he plays football.
Yes, that's fair.
But anyway, I had Zeke, Najee, David Montgomery, first 3 picks, and then it was CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Lockett, T. Higgins, Trey Sermon, Laviska, Will Fuller, Michael Pittman, Jonnu Smith, Tony Pollard, Rondale Moore, Tua Tagovailoa, and then Paris Campbell.
I went Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, kind of gross. AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Javonte Williams, Chase Edmonds, Ryan Tannehill, Jalen Hurts, Darnell Mooney, Henry Ruggs, Russell Gage, Adam Trautman, Cole Kmet, and Brian Edwards.
There you go. There is a full 12-team PPR mock draft. We have another mock draft next week. We have another mock draft the following week, and then you know what happens. Real NFL football.
Let's go.
Comes upon us on September 4th, I believe, or what, 9th? I can't remember. But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Later.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Champions Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and YouTube, and follow us on Twitter @TheFFChamps.